literally shaking. Like, I am so excited. Let's go. This is it. This is what I was so freaking excited about. I've been running a 15-plus-year-old loaner machine off a friend's dad for a while. Unbelievably appreciative for that opportunity. But you guys know I've been on a long journey. You know I suffered from sleep apnea for a long time. So the goal this year, now that I know I have for sure sleep apnea after a little bit of Apple Watch action. These things are amazing, by the way, for tracking your health. I've talked to a few of you privately about it. It's pretty nuts what you can come to terms with as far as sleeping health and your daily performance. But the machine I have, because I didn't actually go to the doctor and get all this stuff sorted, I did it all on my own accord, as I've pretty much done my whole life after the medical system rapidly failed me. I'll leave a link in the description below to a video touch basing on a little bit of what I went through if you're curious. And before people kind of jump to conclusions and say, oh, you didn't do it right, whatever. But did a lot of research, learned a lot about CPAPs, why they work, how they work, what's important to note about the machines. And what I kind of came to the conclusion was is the new ones are all auto adjust, auto set. This now has an app that will tell me every morning how efficient the mask was working, air leaks, this, that, the others. And then on top of that, I have this sleep app called Auto Sleep. I'll give you guys an example. There's my sleep last night. You see just over 2 hours of deep sleep when I went to sleep, when I woke up. It'll track my SpO2. Like, it's pretty amazing that I can have every day tracked. I'm not depending on one study by one doctor in one scenario when I'm not in my own bed and in my own circumstances to get the best and most accurate results possible. So I've been using this old machine. It's set at 8 pounds of water displacement. Again, if you're a sleep apnea person, you know what that means. I don't know what my numbers actually are, but I did discover that your numbers change based on if you've had alcohol, if you've had a stressful day, if you went to the gym, if you didn't go to the gym, and you go every day. Everything affects everything. So this machine here will auto adjust between 4 and 20, depending on what your sleep requirements are for that night. Some nights my sleep just isn't as accurate as it could be. The mask design I was using was older. The way they connect to the machine's different, so a lot of the parts are discontinued, and I can't necessarily get new parts. But this is a newer machine. Much newer machine. This is the Philips Respironics AirSense 10. This machine lists out for $1,300 Canadian plus $200 for the mask. It's got a heated coil line to feed you warm air, which I don't use because it dries me out and makes me congested while I'm sleeping. I just run the machine with the water in it, which is pretty much ideal. This is half the noise of my other machine, half the size of my other machine. Everything about this is rapidly improved, including the fact that it has a screen and display settings, and it will tell me how efficiently the mask is sealed and placed and how everything kind of works. So this is giving me information on how the machine's working. My watch is giving me information on how my body's working. So between the two, it should be pretty effortless to get great sleep every single night. It's been very interesting to see some of the nights when I thought I would have gotten better sleep than I did, but I didn't, and the factors are limitless as to why that could have happened. And I'm hoping now that I've got a new machine with better sensors and auto adjusting, that will even things out a little bit. My sleep's so much better. Like, I would get 15 minutes of deep sleep per week, and now I'm getting 1 to 3 hours per night. 2 hours is pretty common for me to see, which is great, but we can do better. My SpO2 while I was sleeping got as low as 64%. Again, for those with sleep apnea, you know I'm causing myself brain damage. My sleep numbers now, my SpO2 now is, it averages anywhere between 93 and 95% every single night. My heart rate while sleeping was averaging 105 beats per minute. It is now down to 67 on average. It dips as low as 54 while I'm sleeping, and it gets as high as I think 80. So I am actually healing. My body is healing. Everything is getting better and easier, and I'm training again because I'm training again and eating again, and my bowels are working again. I've lost 45 pounds, which has been just borderline unbelievable. But there's always that little bit missing. There's always that little bit that could be improved here and there. I bought new sheets. I bought a new mattress. I bought new pillows. I finished my bedroom. I built my first headboard. Like I've tried to create the space and give myself the opportunity for this to work. And for my watch to read and tell me how things are working. And so far, everything's been really, really great, but there's always that little bit. And I'm hoping that this is the key between where I started and where I want to be. My whole fitness goal this year was to hit 165 pounds, which would be a total of 59 pounds lost. I've got a few pounds to go, and I will be in very good shape for the summer. Very excited about that. I would like to bench 400 pounds this year, but the big one was I wanted to spoil myself and get a new machine. So this was $1,300 plus mask and taxes and all that. It was like $1,700 brand new. I just picked this up for $400. I guess people don't buy and sell CPAPs. People don't know how they work, why they work. Like they just go to the doctor does some stuff. They tell them they need a machine, they get a machine, and they use it. I've gone the other way, and I want to know everything about it and why, so that I can maximize it. And then obviously getting my hands on a little bit more tech will make my life so much easier. And I wanted to share this with you guys because it's such a stigma. People are so embarrassed that they're on these things and they're, putting these things on their heads and wrapping these weird bands, and they've got this nose piece stuffed up here, and they're like, it is what it is, guys. I want to be healthy. I want to be happy. I want to go to car shows. I want to race. I want to survive. I thought I was going to die. To be perfectly honest, I thought I was going to die for quite a while because my health was just so bad and getting worse, and I couldn't function. I couldn't get up in the morning. I would get up, crush 3 scoops of pre-workout and a coffee. I'd fall asleep in the chair immediately. I'd nap at the job site. I'd nap in the car before I left the job site. I'd nap when I get home. I'd go to the gym for 30 minutes. I'd be back home, and I'd go to bed for 14 hours and wake up and repeat every single day. Stop it. Stop with the cycles. If you're not healthy and your body's not performing the way it should be and the way it has, find out why. I knew I had sleep apnea. I got my watch. It confirmed everything was way worse than I thought, but it confirmed what I already knew. So get the machines if you need them. Use them. Like, this is a lifeline for me. This was the easiest purchase I've ever made in my life, and this will return $400 of investment, and I was more than willing to spend whatever I needed to buy it, but this will return the $400 investment 100,000 times for all the money I make for the rest of my life. Every video I make, every mod I do with the car, every great date I go on, nothing matters without your health. This is keeping me healthy. This is getting me back into a new version of myself that's never existed, and this is just an essential part of my life now. So I'm taking it very seriously, and I've actually never been more excited to go to sleep in my life. End of story. That's it. CPAP, new one. Till next time, drive safe, take care, and behave, as always.